Performance of the week, San Francisco confirming to the rest of the NFL the level that they are at, and unfortunately for the Seahawks, the level that they are at. Seattle are possibly a playoff team. Seattle and San Francisco are an elite NFL team and possibly the Super Bowl favourite when everybody's healthy. Just in prime time on Thanksgiving, in front of the nation, dominant team performance. McCaffrey, 140 scrimmage yards, 2 touchdowns. I said it last week on the show that he's not a product of this system. He is an elite NFL player in his own right, not just a product of this Shanahan run scheme. What a weapon he is. Defensively, 6 sacks against a bad O-line. Test this week coming up against Philadelphia, against a good O-line. Can they step up in the moment against a good O-line? They've got the talent to do it. It's just that they're not really complicated defensively to draw up plays. San Francisco massively impressed with them this past week. They're my performance of the week. Step it up. Detroit, historically, they lose on Thanksgiving, and history repeated itself. They donate the win to the visitor on Thanksgiving. Way too generous defensively, giving the Packers the early leads, the fumbles, and the Packers had, on average, 7 yards per play, which is ridiculous. You can't keep up with that. Offensively, they've got some really good players and they move the ball and they put up points. Amon-Ra St. Brown, my good friend, David Montgomery, Gibbs, Goff, when he's not fumbling, they are elite players. But defensively, they've got to pull their weight, the D. And worrying times for the Lions because there's harder tests coming up in the NFC. But let's not forget, if they do make the playoffs and win their division, that's a very good season for Detroit. So let's not get ahead of ourselves with Detroit. But they need to step it up if they want to progress quicker than maybe we thought that they were doing. My top 5 NFL teams. Dallas. They need to win a big game for me to rank them higher than putting them at 5. They can crush bad teams, as we've seen this year, as we saw this past week against the Washington Commanders. However, they lose to the Eagles in a huge game when they possibly should have won that game. Now, until they win a big game, I can't have them ranked any higher than 5. So they're my number 5 team. Kansas, number 4, my second best AFC team and 4th ranked NFL team. They did put up some yards and some points this past week against the Raiders. Rice could potentially, projection-wise, turn into a very good receiver, but they've only got one of him and one of Travis Kelce. They need more weapons, and I worry for them going up against the top 3 teams, and the top 3 teams, I think,